It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium.
Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill.
A dangerous return man showing it here. Justice Hill. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, the Ravens.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they move the... It was going to cut down on the number of opportunities, but if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone, and in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions, maybe like, oh, no, don't, and then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start with the option.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the option to give to Swift here.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Once again, it's Swift. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Now 3rd down and 7. Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
Running right through him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles drive it right down the field to score on their opening drive.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. These two teams all tied after one.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
And they run with Edwards off the option. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Jackson, option right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. On first down, Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Yeah, he did. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
They'll come out in the pistol.
zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And as a defensive coordinator, you're almost in a no-win situation down here near the goal line. You know how dangerous Jalen Hurts is when he holds on to it. You've got to be prepared to stay with him. So when he hands it off, if you're slow in reacting, this is going to be the result.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. How about this? Racing to the end zone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 81 yards.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Tucker now to add the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
This one complete down the field to Goddard.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Here's Hurts to throw. And the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10. And now an audible here into something else. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
On third down, here comes Swift.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come to 23 seconds to go till halftime. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson now. Looking deep here for Flowers. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Ravens 14.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. He will return this from deep in the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They go play action with Hurts. Got his man, it's Gainwell. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. On 2nd down, Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 55 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. On the option to give to Swift here. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And now a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Hurts changing up the play.
On 2nd and 12.
Hurts.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very solid gain of 27.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They make their 2nd half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. Here's Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right.
Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted.
Zach Cunningham with a pick. takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
So a fourth-quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 11 on the play, and an Eagle first down.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This is Smith with the ground. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kenneth Gainwell, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 24.
Ravens 14. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 87 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On the option to give to Swift here. 72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
At the 38-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
A 54-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 0-0. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
They're on the 16-yard line.
One last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining